Good evening. I am Shannon Jackson, director of They Say Time Heals, and I'm glad that you have decided to join us tonight for this premiere. I just wanted to give one more opportunity to thank everybody that was involved, all the actors, all the actresses, all the production, all the crew, all the writers, all the producers, everybody who helped, everybody who shared, everybody who auditioned. We're just glad that that culmination of willingness turned into the art that we're going to see tonight. So get your popcorn ready, get your beverages ready. It's going to be less than 30 minutes of your time. The timer's at the bottom of the screen counting down. And let's get into this discussion we have first, and then we're going to get right into the movie. Enjoy.
So how are you?
I'm excited. This has been obviously we only worked on this for about a year or so, but the project itself, me getting something that I finished out, has been quite the journey. Like whether it's been books that I've written or anything else like that, like I tend to kind of choke at the end when it's ready to release something. So the fact that this is actually getting to the point where it's finished, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Well, that's exciting, and I think the audience would like to know more about the project. So tell me a little bit about the film.
So it's really a film that the original script was written by my sister Shatara Jackson. She's gonna be mad that I say her whole name, her whole government name, but like she wrote it, and it was really a story about a man who lost his sister really young and was kind of still attached to that trauma, and it kept with other areas of his life, whether it was his girlfriend that became his wife when he was younger. It was his girlfriend that became his wife, and his daughter was named similarly to what his sister's name was, and it was like that trauma never really leaving and attaching itself to other areas of our lives that we think we find comfort in, but it's really kind of still like draining us a little bit. So we just wanted to creatively tell that story, and I feel like I had an amazing team to help me do it.
So what was like the inspiration behind wanting to tell that specific story?
Well, honestly, I would love to sit here and tell you it was some deep like thespian revelation, but it wasn't. Like I texted her one day and was like, "Yo, you got a script that nobody ever used, like that I can shoot?" And she was like, "Yeah." Like she got plenty of them, of course, and she sent me that one. And when I read through it, I liked it. Like it was in that space where like COVID was a thing, people were losing people. Like it was like that kind of space, and I felt like that was a great opportunity to kind of tell that story, because that's something that people were readily going through, whether it was current with people getting sick and dying or just like stuff that people was carrying with them. So I just felt like it was the time to kind of tell that story.
That's very interesting. It's like right on time.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those kind of things.
Okay, cool. So how was it working with the cast that you had?
Man, I feel like we had the greatest like collection of humans. Like I never like to do anything kind of half, you know. So when I was talking to my sister and I was talking to Monique, who was assistant director, and some other people that we had around, and I was like, "Yo, we should just put out a casting call." I'm like, "No, I'm not like Steven Spielberg or nothing." But I'm like, it's people who would like come for that. So I put out Backstage. We did one, and we did one on Actors Access.
Okay.
And I was just like, "Yo, we gonna see like if people gonna pull up." So every day we were getting people sending headshots and like signing up for this part and that part, and it kind of like started generating this excitement where it's like, "Yo, we finna shoot a film, like a real one, like a whole thing." So then my sister was casting director, and she was weeding through the people because she's an actress and like she's in that space, so she knows what she's looking for. And this was my first actual narrative. You know, I'm normally documentary style filmmaking. That's more of my space. So being my first narrative film, I was really lost on some of the stuff. So she was really there helping, and like Monique and like some other people that was helping. And like we just went through that, found the people, reached out, like did some of the auditions and like the whole thing. And it was cool being a part of that process on the scale that we did it.
So how was it picking staff? Like what are cast members? Like what were you looking for when you were choosing those folks?
Man, like honestly, all I was really looking for was in my mind the picture that I saw that the character as.
Okay.
I was just looking for that. Like I felt like I just wanted it to be organic. So one of the characters was Harper, and like I was writing up the character like profiles and stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, to me Harper feels like she's kind of skinny and light skinned and nice smile and kind of da da da. So like as we're looking through some of the like actresses and stuff, it's like, okay, this person, and then we're watching their audition videos or their monologues that they sent in and stuff, and it's like, okay, they can kind of carry the part, and they can this and they can that. And it was kind of hard picking some of the people because I like certain people, and then like my sister liked certain people, and like just weeding it out. So it was just really what I had in my mind for what I thought that character should look like and act like and kind of carry themselves as. Like then that's kind of how we toggled back and forth with who we were going to choose.
So you said you did this film with your sister. How was that experience? What was it like working with her?
I love Shatara, man. Like she pushes the right buttons, you know, and once she gets involved in a project, like she just knows how to get the best out of me as like a creative. So being able to like lean on her expertise as an actress, like somebody who's been on like professional sets and like all that, like small sets, big sets, all that, like being able to lean that first week that we shot, kind of like lean on her and like learn and kind of take the back seat. And then that second week that we shot, she wasn't in town, like she went back home. So then it was like, all right, like I know some, like I felt comfortable kind of moving. So like her giving me that space to also allow me to make it my project, because as a writer she wrote it, it's her baby, but then she gave it to me and was like, yo, whatever you need to change, characters, words, lines, plots, like whatever, just like do your thing. And that freedom that I had to kind of create, you know, like as a creative you just need that space to kind of work. So it was cool. Like a lot of people can't work with family, but like we my mom, my brother, like we work together all the time. So it's kind of what we do.
That's amazing. You don't hear that too often. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah, like what are you trying?
So during the film, was there anything that was weird, crazy, funny, interesting that may have happened while you all were shooting?
Yeah, man, like quickly, and you were there that second week, one of the days you were there, like we became like a family, you know, like even though a lot of them came up from Chicago, like some people were from Milwaukee and some people were from like up north Wisconsin, but a lot of them came up from Chicago. So like it just felt like we had all knew each other, and we joking and laughing. And by that third kind of day, like when we were at the house, like everything just kind of clicked, and like we're just free and like open and all that. But like it was just a lot of jokes, you know, a lot of opinions, a lot of dialogue and conversation, and around some of the stuff that's in the script and like some of like regular life stuff. So it was just cool. And being able to joke and play and just like kick it, you know, like it was no real weird stuff that went on. Like it was just fun, you know what I'm saying? Like you work through some this and that, but I think overall we just had a good time.
What is your opinion, or what is the difference between working in documentary film versus this sort of film that you created?
Man, documentaries, I'm controlling a narrative.
Okay.
So as I'm sitting down and trying to tell a particular story, I find the people that I want to echo what I'm trying to say. All documentary films are slanted to one particular side. And even if you get the other side's opinion, I get to control the particular narrative. When you're doing filmmaking, I think the actors control the narrative. Like you give them the lines to say, but they give it life. Like whether they change a word or whether they give it a feeling or just say something that wasn't on the page at all. Like there's a freedom for the type of director that I am. Like there's a freedom to collaborate on art. And I think that's different when, like I said, as a documentary, I'm controlling the narrative. The actors are, and I'm just doing my job and capturing it and finding the best places to put certain things.
Okay. So we know that these sort of things cost money.
Yes.
Where did it come from? How did you fund it? What was that process like?
We did a lot of it with just what we had.
Okay.
Like my mom, she was co-producer. Like she put up a lot of money for like the locations and different things like that. My sister put up some money. I put up some of my own money. My homeboy Cornelius, we use a house that he's remodeling. So shout out to him. Like anytime you can get people that believes in what you're doing and kind of just like, yo, da da da, I'm like, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So a lot of it just was us having our own stuff. Like people brought their own iPads and like everything, and we just kind of used what we had as a crew and just kind of made it work.
That's amazing. That's what most business people do. They kind of start with their own funds and take it from there. Yeah, because that's how you're gonna be successful.
And I'm not rich, and nobody who was on set with us were either. So it's just like, yo, okay, you got one of those? Okay,
Yep.
cool. I remember our boom, like I still actually we're using it for this interview, but we like taped it and like put like a string around it because one of the metal pieces was knocking and it was making noise. So like Claire, she was boom operator, like she had to hold it and like it was raggedy, you feel me? But like we made it happen. Like you can't make excuses for not having the things that you may want to use.
Right.
But it's like, yo, like we gonna make it and it's gonna be what it is.
You gotta make it happen.
Yeah, eventually you get there.
So with all of that said, about how long did it take you to create the film from start to finish? I mean, that's including like editing, all that.
So probably like 9-10 months from start to finish. I think we started this project probably like June, like with the conversation I had with my sister getting the script, and then we're going back and forth on the script. I sent it to Monique. I had her read it. Going back and forth with edits and fixing it and changing names, and I changed up some stuff, and then my sister had to add some stuff because I created holes in the story by adding what I added that she needed to fill in with stuff. Like I was adding characters and like it's the whole thing. And then you shoot, pre-production, that's storyboarding and all that, and then production, you're shooting, you're on set. And then post is what took the majority of the time because I didn't want to do everything myself. Because like I can edit obviously and I can do all that, but I didn't want to. Like I wanted to give the project to other people to allow them to kind of give their creative side on it too. But the couple of the people we were working with, sound design engineers and different things like that, just didn't work out for whatever reason. So it ended up back on my plate.
Okay.
So then couple months of editing and like finally doing it and then getting comfortable putting it out.
I mean, that isn't something that is totally out of whack.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're creating a film, that would be like the time frame for you to get something done.
Yeah.
So what's the next step for the film? What's happening next?
So we're premiering it on YouTube July 1st at 7:30. And throughout the next couple of weeks, like people will be seeing this interview. Obviously, they'll be seeing other things that I'll be putting out, trying to garner excitement for it. And then hopefully at 7:30, we all on YouTube kicking it and watching They Say Time Heals, which is weird. This is the first time I said the title, like this entire time.
Yeah.
But yes, we'll be watching it. And I hope to have some discussions online, like just with people and their opinion of it, good or bad. Like art is subjective, so like I would really like to know what people think about it, you know, so that we can get better and grow and be great and continue being great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you plan on either submitting this film somewhere, or like
Yes.
what are the goals for?
We started with film festival submissions, but the problem we ran into when we finished it, we were right on the tail end of submission season. So it was at a place where either I hold it for a year, because if you're submitting, you can't actually premiere it or anything.
I see.
So it was like hold it for a year until 2023, or put it out and then we shoot something this year and then put it in film festivals for next year. So we started with that, but then it's like, yo, we're just putting it out and we'll do that for the next one.
So my last question to you is, what advice would you have for someone who's going into filmmaking? What would you tell them?
I think the biggest thing that I learned was everything sucks at 1st. You know, like too often we want to be really good at something right away, especially if we see other people being good at it. As you know, I'm learning how to skate, and like when you watch people do stuff, it's like, dog, they cold. You feel me? Like they just doing this, and you think you gonna put on your skates and just gonna be able to dip or like spin or whatever, and then you fall. And it's like it's harder than what it looks. Like it's harder than what it looks like. But if you keep going, like, and keep doing the right things, it's not just about doing it over and over, because then you practice bad habits. But if you do the right things and you learn the right stuff and you practice the right things, you get better. And you may not ever be the greatest, but be content with being better every day. And then you will never be disappointed.
So we're all excited to see They Say Time Heals. Is there anything else you want to say?
I personally would like to thank like everybody. It was just a collaborative unit of people just helping me get to where I was trying to go. So I'm just excited that we've gotten to this point. It's like it's coming out in theater, you know, like that's gonna be crazy.
I love it, and I'm excited to see the film.
I appreciate you, yo. Thank you for pulling up into my home and taking this time. It's been amazing. I'm excited.
Place, Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world, good world gone bad, where we stumble around trying to find or be found in a good world gone bad.
Unless you talking numbers, we ain't speaking about the right things. Switch up on my nigga for a figure, that's not like me. Baddie with a body in the lobby, she like nice things. She used to know me then, she like me now, that's funny timing. Eyes been on that prize, I copped that crib for that timepiece. Trying to see the globe and sell out shows and see the flight lead. They wanna ride my ties, but they ain't even ride or die, please, please, please.
One more, let's go, Tone. Stop walking! Hey, Loki, why are you over there drinking? Nah, Zeke, you built a house with those bricks. I ain't called play, B. Yeah, whatever.
What's going on with your boy? Who? This the one you've been talking about?
What do you mean?
He ain't it.
Shut up.
And who bring a book to a ball game? Lame ass, make my butt itch.
It's a gift, or rather an art form. You know, how you can say butt and ASS in the same. Never mind. I'm sure people must think you're the younger sister. And by the way, a shower might help with that itch. Just saying.
Yo, I was open.
Yo!
I thought God could get it done before you finish lunch, but the timer sounded so much more quickly than it did yesterday. And he couldn't get it done fast enough. How funny is that? God couldn't get it done fast enough. And here you are, watching my private moment, seeing my last breath with those eyes, as if I just scraped my knee for the first time. will more and do so much less. No more tears and no more pain. It's not like it's the end because it's better. You're ready. I'm prepared.
Anisah! Anisah! Anisah!
Yes, Daddy. Am I in trouble? Am I in trouble?
Honey, what is wrong? Come here, honey. You okay? Honey, why are you yelling? You scared the mess out of me. And I'm pretty sure Ani.
Your face is raining, Daddy. Mommy, look.
Honey, go get your dolls and go into the living room, okay? And
What about?
Yes, and take her too, sweetie. Go ahead. And get a book. And take yourself too, Ani. That girl is a riot in a little body. She is such a home girl. She reminds me so much of...
Baby, I lost my mom coming into this world. I lost my sister growing up in it. And I lost my father to the pressures of it. And I just thought...
Listen, honey, I think it's time for us to move out of this apartment. Maybe you can't save the good memories and the stink of the loss all at the same time. Maybe that's enough to drive anyone crazy. Honey, you only have but a bit of room here to breathe. And if you're struggling, then so are we.
Mommy, Daddy, it's me, Anisah.
Baby, count to 50, all right? I'll be out in a second.
1, 2,
She reminds me of Vanessa so much.
Honey, I really hope that you smile when you see your daughter and not grieve. I'm gonna go check on her, all right? Just take a moment. Tony, baby, take the moment, okay? Come out and join us or not, it's up to you. Just take your time. I love you.
Tony. That's when I felt it. You know, permission. A fight well fought. Yet a need to will more and to do so much less. No more tears, no more pain. Not like it's the end because it's better. I'm ready. You're prepared.
Think of it as more room for you now. A legacy to build as you will. More room for you to take and make amazing shots wherever you choose to aim. This I leave for you. All that pain and sadness will just lead to agony.
Thank you.
The caterpillar ate through one nice green leaf, and after that he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore.